Hello, I'm very excited about talking to my next guest who's in Germany. He has two Paralympic long jump titles to his name, as well as a host of world records and gold medals. A genuine Paralympic superstar who, if allowed, could have been a contender in Olympic finals as well. He's the blade jumper. It's Markus Rehm. So Markus, wonderful to speak to you. Whereabouts are you in Germany, and what's lockdown been like for you so far out there?
Well, yeah, I'm living in the west of Germany, nearby Cologne, and yeah, of course, we had also a couple of restrictions here, but slowly we come back to a bit, well, more normal time. Yeah.
Has the lockdown kept you indoors? Is it similar to the UK where people have only been allowed out for, exercise and specific journeys?
Well, exactly. Yeah, we were allowed basically, well, to go to work if we have like system relevant jobs. We also allowed, obviously, to go shopping and like for a walk, or if you want to do some exercise outside. It was allowed only with people you live together with,
Mhm.
or just on your own. And that's exactly what I did. I just went running to the forest around the lake and tried to keep in shape a bit.
So are you doing the same sort of distances that you would have been doing ordinarily? Have you been able to kind of still work on technique and things like that? Because I assume you don't have a long jump pit in your house.
Unfortunately not. No, I would love to, but no, that's not the case. I mean, I was just running outside. I have to say, we came back actually from South Africa. We've been to the training camp. We were supposed to stay there for 3 weeks, and after 1 week, we decided to go back. And yeah, we had to go back. Our federation asked us to take the next flight to fly back to Germany because we didn't know how the situation will be in a few days. So they were just scared that we are not able to fly back to Germany. So yeah, we stopped the training camp and we came back, and I kind of had the feeling that this season won't be like the seasons we were used to the last years. And so, well, the motivation went a bit down, but of course I tried to stay fit. I was just running a bit and move myself, do some exercise at home, but of course not exactly the same training as I would do, well, with the normal facilities we have here.
And do you think you'll be back out on a track quite soon? Things are relaxing there a little bit, you said?
Yeah, well, we train already since a while. We were allowed to train. We have a like a special allowance to use the facility. So far, it's just Olympic athletes like the OK. It's like yeah, a ranking in Germany, and we are allowed to train already. We have well strict rules we have to follow. There are only, don't know, a certain amount of people indoor allowed. We have a track outdoor. There are also just a few people allowed. So we have like a weekly plan that we have to follow, and we always have to sign in for a 1-2 hour slot a day. So this is actually our training. It's one slot a day, 2 hours. But I mean, better than nothing. And I really had to smile when I came back the first time on the track. I didn't imagine that I would miss it that much, but I came back and I had a big smile on my face.
If you don't mind, can you take us back to when you were a teenager and explain how you lost your lower right leg?
Mhm. Yeah, well, I had an accident when I was 14 years old. I was always loved to doing sports. I did athletics already before I lost my leg, and a big passion was also the wakeboarding. And I was with my family during summer holiday, yeah, for camping, and we had a little motorboat. So yeah, we went wakeboarding, and during one jump behind the motorboat, I just fell into the water, and an upcoming boat didn't see me. So they went, well, through me and my legs and came into the engine, and I got like injured, and they couldn't save the leg, rescue the leg. So yeah, I got amputated when I was, yeah, 14 years old.
And you still love the wakeboarding, though, don't you? I've been
I
reading that
still
you still
love it.
get out there as much as possible.
Exactly. I'm also looking with one eye to the cable area where they're doing wakeboarding here. It's nearby, and I always see them on Instagram, how they pose and how they keep people updated. They want to go back to wakeboarding, and Well, May, this is the summer if they open it again. I mean, you do have quite a good distance on it. So, well, this could be May. One of the things I would do this summer if there are no competitions.
It's a good idea. Yeah, maybe every Paralympian should have an alternative sport up their sleeve, ready to play this summer.
Yeah.
And you work in. I find it fascinating. You work in medical science in prosthetics yourself. Is that right?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm a prosthetist, and yeah, at the moment, obviously, we are also affected by the coronavirus. But yeah, slowly, because we are like a system relevant job, kind of, because people need our help. And yeah, the opening times are just different. To be honest, I reduced the beginning of this year or the end of last year the amount of work. I still love what I'm doing, but I just wanted to focus for some time really on sports. And yeah, now I do have more time than expected. So I'm of course also have more time for my job. Well, work on my stuff, help some clients out, and yeah. So I just try to use the time as good as possible.
And how does that work when it comes to your own blades that you use? I am assuming that you are very heavily involved in the design and clearly, fitting and practicing and trial and error.
Well, yeah. Well, basically, nobody is much allowed to work on my stuff. To be honest, I'm very strict in this. It is just funny, for me, a competition starts already when you build up your prosthesis, your blade. You have a connection to it. You try to give your best already when you build it up, and you start having a connection because you build something from the ground. And this is for me very important. And I also know exactly how it looks inside my prosthetic leg, like how are the threads inside the socket, how is the valve fixed, and if something gets broken, I can assume more what could be the problem, and I can fix it quite fast. And yeah, that's exactly why I like doing stuff myself. And yeah, there's one colleague, he's allowed to help me here and there for little stuff. I really trust him. But apart from this, basically, yeah, it's always better if even if it gets something broken, you don't blame anybody else, or it was yourself. So I think it's better.
Now, listen, you know all these facts and figures, but just in case people watching don't know the background to this, so it's well documented that your 8.4 meter jump in Doha at the Worlds in 2015 would have won the Olympic title in Athens, Beijing, and London. And then your jump of 8.21 meters at the Rio Paralympics would have won the Olympic title that year as well. You've made attempts to be allowed to compete in the Olympics. Where are you with that battle? Has the postponement of Tokyo affected that battle at all?
Well, definitely now there's a bit more time, and yeah, I still try to compete more with Olympic athletes. I think, especially during this time, we have to stand more together. We have to represent our sports in best way possible. And I would love just to see more competitions where Olympic and Paralympic athletes are competing together. It doesn't always have to be the same competition or the same ranking, but I would love to see more meetings where Paralympic athletes get invited, because people enjoy watching it. I mean, we have great athletes, we have strong athletes, and the performances are just great. And why not to show it to a bigger audience? Because maybe they don't know much about Paralympic sports, but yeah, we should let them know about it, because it's a great sport and it's super interesting. And they see nice competitions, and especially if we can keep up with the Olympic athletes. I mean, we obviously can. Just in my case, I could win a competition, but I also could become, don't know, I could become 6, 7, or 8, or last even. But everything is possible, and I think that's quite interesting also for the people watching us. And there are some competitions, and the meeting directors, they love inviting me, because they tell me, well, the audience loves it. They love also the competition between this para athletes, but also the blade jumper. They gave me this nickname. the technique and how the technique is working with the human body. And it is interesting and makes our sports very interesting. So I hope we have more chances to compete together, whatever or however we rank this at the end of the day. But just to represent our sport, I think it's a great chance.
And do you feel you can jump further than your 8.4 meters ever in the future?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I'm positive. I think when the moment comes, I think that I can't keep up with my previous distances. I think I would lose the motivation. And so far, I mean, we are allowed to be back in training. Just yesterday, I had a great long jump session indoors. Yeah, and I think if the right conditions are coming, and especially during our trainings camp in South Africa, we had nice tailwind. I had a good day, sunny weather, and the distances, even in training, were great already. And yeah, I'm positive. I was really looking forward to this season, and I wanted to, don't know, to show everybody what I was working for during the whole winter. I hope I will get the chance later this summer to just compete in a few competitions to to show what I was working on.
Because do you think, I mean, it's a difficult question, I suppose, but do you think if you were jumping even further than your 8.4 meters and getting up into, 8.6, 8.7 and getting up to those, the longest ever Olympic jumps, the longest ever able body jumps, do you think that actually would improve your chances of being allowed to compete in the Olympics, or would they actually get a bit scared and say, no, we can't have this guy coming in and winning an Olympic medal?
It will definitely lower my possibilities, I guess. But I don't mind. I mean, I'm not like a technical or tactical player. I'm an athlete. I do what I'm able to do the best way possible, and I always try to be the best version of myself. And this is also in sports. And I'm not trying to play any tactics here. I just want to do what I'm able to do. And well, if it's one day like this that a Paralympic athlete can jump further than an Olympic athlete, well, that's great. I mean, then that's how it is. I think we have to be open to this discussion, and many people they just don't like talking about it. We don't know what the technology brings, and I'm totally aware of this. We can't say it will never be like that. Paralympic athletes will be faster or jump further. We don't know that. So obviously, technology is a big part of our sports, which is necessary. I just try to show also people that it's not only about the technique. I mean, I'm working hard on my success, and there's so many athletes jumping with a blade, and well, it I think it proves that it's not that easy because they are up to 1 meter behind my best distance. So people should never forget about this. But yeah, I'm open to this, and we'll see. The German national record is 8:54. And I'm honest, that's my goal. That's my goal. I want to break the German national record of the able bodies. And I think it's great if a Paralympian athlete jump further than the Olympic in the country. So why not? I think it would be just a nice distance, and it would, don't know, bring a little smile on my face.
Well, we look forward to seeing you smash that record, and we're also looking forward to seeing German football come back as well, because we're still waiting to see what's going to happen with English football. So to have German football back on the television would be a good start.
Yeah. It's also a big subject in Germany, definitely, yeah.
I bet. Okay, well, Markus, thank you very much. And we'll look out for you. And glad to hear that you're back training.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.